We all know TCL are known for their eye-catching prototypes and teasers, and this year was no different at the World Mobile Congress. Today on Rocket Reviews, we will be giving you a gist about the new foldable prototypes released by TCL at the MWC, as well as their other phones, but mostly the foldable. So sit back, relax, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos and check out previous videos on the channel. First of all, let's talk about the phones and tablets released this year at the MWC. The TCL 30 5G is only one of the new phones to connect to 5G networks, and it's the priciest of the bunch at €249. That's around $279. But aside from that, they aren't different from one another, with one or two notable changes. For instance, the TCL 30 has 64 GB of storage and a standard front-facing camera, while the TCL 30 Plus has 128 GB of storage and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide selfie camera. The TCL 30, 30 Plus, and 30 5G each have a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. If you wanted a smaller phone, pick the nearly identical TCL 30 SE for its 6.52-inch screen. Most of the TCL 30 series phones have a triple rear camera with a 50-megapixel main shooter, an ultra-wide, and a macro. The most affordable of the bunch, the €139, around $155 TCL 30e, has just two rear cameras, losing the ultra-wide. Customers likely won't be choosing between all these phones, though, as availability will vary by country. They already announced TCL 30V 5G is exclusive to Verizon. For instance, while the only T-Mobile that sells the TCL 30XE 5G. TCL 3 new tablets at MWC start with the TCL NXT Paper Max 10. A successor to the original NXT Paper, it packs an updated screen with a paper-like texture and stylus support. The other two tablets are the TCL 10HD 4G with a 10-inch display and LTE connectivity, and the TCL Tab 10S 5G, an affordable 10.1-inch tablet that can connect to 5G networks. Just like the phone, the tablets will be released in the coming weeks and months. Now to the foldable. Alongside an array of new phones and tablets, the company just debuted a concept device tentatively called the Ultra Flex, a phone with a 360-degree rotating hinge and a flexible display that bends along with it. That means this thing can fold in on itself as well as out towards the world. These concepts will most likely not make it to consumers anytime soon, but TCL is working hard to bring its first commercially available foldable to the market at an affordable price. TCL 360-degree Ultra Flex. The first TCL concept foldable we got to see is the 360-degree Ultra Flex. The big deal here is that the device can be closed with the screen on the inside or the outside, just like some of the 2-in-1 laptops on the market, thanks to the 360-degree hinge mechanism. This gives you plenty of usability options, as you can prop the device open just like a laptop or fully expand its display across the body for a tablet-like experience. TCL shared the screen, and it's an 8-inch AMOLED panel with 2480 into 1860 pixel resolution and supported stylus input. It's certainly interesting to see this as a concept, but the durability aspect would probably deter the TCL from actually releasing this exact form factor on the market for now. This is a technically challenging proposition, since the screen has to undergo much more flexing than those that only bend one way. The strip that's right above the hinge in particular would probably suffer the most stress. Its 8-inch 2480 into 1860 PLP AMOLED screen remained disappointingly dark, though TCL reps did show us photos of it working earlier that day. For now, we can only take their word for it. The display wasn't the only engineering challenge for this prototype. The 360-degree hinge also needed some finessing. Each time I folded and unfolded the device, most of the movement was smooth, until the screen's halves were getting close to touching, and that is when it made unsettling noises and felt like crunching cereal under a membrane. TCL has not shared any specifics on how the hinge and display work either, keeping these details confidential for now. This prototype is nowhere close to being a real product. Why would we even want a device that can fold both ways? TCL rep said it would offer the benefits of both inward folding devices like the Galaxy Z Fold, as well as those that bend outward like Huawei's first Mate X Foldable. Having a panel you could fold outwards could offer a preview for your camera subjects to see how they look while you frame them up, for example. or let you present slides to someone facing you. Given that Huawei has since adopted Samsung's approach instead of sticking with the outside-facing flexible screen, it appears that the style of foldable might not be very feasible. Still, I like the Ultraflex prototype's matte blue finish and the mock quad camera array on the back. The pliable, corrugated backing for the hinge also added an interesting touch to the design. TCL Fold and Roll. Fold and Roll represents TCL's vision of a smartphone that has two ways to extend its display. It can fold just like the currently available crop of folding phones, but the left side of the display panel can also roll out horizontally to extend its real estate. You get 3 modes with a 6.87-inch smartphone mode, which has the folding bits of the screen tucked in. There's an 8.85-inch phablet mode, where the screen is foldable, and a full brown 10-inch tablet mode where the rollable bit is extended. TCL provided these details back in April last year when it announced the Fold and Roll and later showcased a working prototype in December. Like the Ultraflex, this prototype feels janky, and getting the device to roll out its screen was like asking a dog to sit. Sometimes it worked as expected, sometimes pushing the button did nothing, and sometimes the mechanism would whir away but the screen would struggle to move. At least on this device, the screen was working-ish. For the first half of the demo session, the Fold and Roll was stuck on the lock screen and didn't respond to any touches or swipes. By some miracle, it eventually unlocked and revealed the Android home screen, but still refused to register any tabs. I launched a total of 0 apps on this prototype, helplessly watching it do nothing as I jabbed at the screen. The only thing it did was recognize when the additional bit of screen had finished rolling in or out, and change its aspect ratio and size to fill up and match new widths. Were these prototypes buggy as hell? Yes. Was I intrigued by them regardless? Also yes. We all love being distracted by interesting new form factors and product types, especially as non-foldable smartphone hardware matures and stagnates. As foldable continues to pique our interest and becomes better over the years, who knows what other shapes they might evolve into. TCL hasn't said if these prototypes are worth pursuing and turning into actionable products, but the company has promised that it plans to launch a foldable phone that costs hundreds less than the competition. Though that has yet to happen, we did see a cancelled product last year codenamed Chicago. It's very similar to Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 3, though with a different external screen and camera setup, as well as a slightly more textured finish. I was impressed by how nice it looked in person, and the hinge felt less resistant than the Z Flip 3's. Until TCL starts selling these for real though, all of its prototypes and concepts remain aspirational. I get that there are global supply issues potentially in the way, but at this point, it feels like TCL has teased us for too long. And there you have it guys, TCL's new products and new prototypes. I hope you enjoyed today's video. For more videos on devices like this, like and subscribe to my channel, and also check out my previous videos on my channel. Until next time, goodbye.